What's up, YouTube? Iron Man here with the first episode of a new series. It's not important. Shut up, Hulk! Okay. Anyways, this is going to be the first episode called Iron Man Wii News. Well, what should we check out first? First, let's check out national news. Ooh, this one looks good. Army soldiers in Slaying faced intense combat. Fort Carson Colonel soldiers from a Colorado unit accused in nearly a dozen slaying since returning home, including a couple gained down as they put up a garage sale sign. Could be showing hostility fueled by intense combat in Iraq, where the troops suffered heavy losses and told of witnessing war crimes, the military said on Wednesday. It was what was billed as its most comprehensive study to date of violent crimes and combat exposure. The Army looked at soldiers from the 4th Brigade Combat Team, 4th Infantry Division, nicknamed the Lethal Warriors, who were accused in a spate of 5 killings around Colorado Springs, home to Fort Carson in 2007 and 2008. 6 other slayings involving unit soldiers occurred in Colorado and other states in 2005. Wow, sounds like something I could have studied in global studies class. The study said that the investigation suggests a possible association between increasing levels of combat exposure and risk for negative behavioral outcomes. Lieutenant General Eric B. Schoonmaker, the Army's Surgeon General, said Wednesday the unit's crime cluster appeared to be unique among Army bases, and that is combat exposure and length of deployments are just two factors officials are looking at. It's all happening right here, in Colorado. Hey, that's where South Park is located. Yeah, who doesn't know that? I never knew that till today. Well, then you're stupid, Spider-Man. Schoonmaker has also said, we're starting to look into the deployments and how it's related with attitudes and behavior. The accused soldiers were at risk of violence because of prior criminal activity, drug and alcohol abuse, and mental health issues, according to Schoonmaker, Lieutenant General Michael D. Rochelle, the Army's Deputy Chief of Staff, and Army West Division Commander Major General Mark Graham. Task force members suggest the Army find a way to identify soldiers who had been exposed to fierce combat, but in a bid to put the cluster in perspective. Rochelle stressed that between 2004 and 2008, 2,726 Army soldiers were involved in violent crimes, out of a population of 1.1 million. Wow, that's a lot. Nationally, at least 121 Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans have committed a killing in the United States or been charged in one. They also recommended better training for commissioned and non-commissioned officers to manage soldiers with behavioral problems and ensure soldiers who seek help aren't humiliated or belittled. Investigators focused on the classes of 14 soldiers accused of murder, manslaughter, attempted murder, and aggravated assault, mostly with firearms. 2 of those 14 soldiers were not deployed. Among the 12 who were, investigators found the accused had experienced heavy combat in Iraq, and that half of those interviewed reported witnessing war crimes, including the killing of civilians. Schoonmaker stressed Wednesday that an Army probe did not substantiate the soldiers' reports of war crimes. Back home, the soldiers carried weapons with them because they felt naked and unsafe and had difficulty transiting to civilian life. Some said they felt weird and didn't fit in, the Army report said. Yeah. Oh, here's something. A study last year by the Iran Corp Research Organization estimated nearly 20% of returning veterans, or 300,000 people. How many have symptoms of PTSD or major depression? Army suicides have increased yearly since 2004, and soldiers deal with longer than repeated tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. 8 soldiers at Fort Campbell, KY, is that Kentucky? I don't know, have killed themselves this year, and the Army has made suicide prevention training mandatory for soldiers and leaders. Wonder what they could be doing, like, are they doing drugs or something like that? Ooh, this looks interesting in Washington. Obama, healthcare essential disability. Washington, praising and prodding Congress at once. President Barack Obama on Wednesday said a vast reform of the nation's health insurance system is required to head off instability to families, industry, and the government itself. He's saying, Obama said in Rose Garden, deferring reform is nothing more than defending the status quo and those who oppose it. Putting more of his own political stake behind the effort each day, Obama outlined the troubles with the U.S. approach to healthcare coverage, with an emphasis on the cost of consumers. He spoke of soaring premiums, deductibles, and out-of-pocket costs, and promised with reform you'll save money if you lose your job, change your job, or start a new business. You'll still be able to find quality health insurance you can afford. He promised, once again assuring that Americans who are dubious of what might be changing. He said anyone happy with their doctor and healthcare plan will be able to keep it. To make his point, Obama surrounded himself with nurses and proclaimed that they're on board with reform. Any proposed healthcare package still must clear the complexities and politics of getting through the House and Senate, with Obama's ambitious goals of slowing cost increases and bringing coverage to nearly 50 million uninsured. How to pay for it all remains one of the most vexing parts of the debate. Sounds interesting. I wonder if that's going to be on TV. Well, that's about all I have time to say for now. I'm Iron Man here, down here, and remember, you can't make a good day without good news. Does he ever stop talking? Hulk, it's news. You should care about this. Why? Watching news bores me. It's important because I was talking about the president of our country. You don't care about him? Well, I care about him. I just don't like watching the news. Well, I like watching the news. It's good for my brain. I'm done. I'm just done here. So right now, it's you and me, isn't it, Batman? Yep. Why do you have that Xbox controller? Because I'm gonna be playing. Okay. Do you want to play now? Not really. I'll wait till later. Okie dokie then.